So they just gave us a little BTC pump on the 15 minutes, a little trend break, pushed us straight into resistance. And what did they do? They rejected us at range high. We got excited. These alts started moving. We thought it's over. We're ripping now. And they've sent us straight down. So guys, we got a lot to talk about because we've got the FOMC later on today. And maybe that is just a taste of what's to come. You know, we can always expect volatility on days like this. So I'm going to go through a ton of altcoins for you today. We're looking at areas of interest. So if we get that volatility, we're looking at rejection areas. We're looking at support zones. I want to cover things like FTM, which is on a nice support area. Optimism, we haven't spoken about in ages. That's on a nice area. NEAR is ripping. It's broken through the 200-day MA. I think we need to get entries for NEAR. We've got the NEAR conference coming shortly. I've got an update for you on my S&P 500 chart as well. That is starting to move. And then we're going to cover this BTC situation in detail. So let's get straight into it. So just a reminder, we've got this FOMC in 4 hours, give or take, and look at this nice Halloween pic of 𝗕𝗓𝗄𝗍 that they've made here. They always make him look like a villain and like he's going to play games with us. But anyway, always a fun trading day, always some volatility. Hopefully we can end up on the right side or no side of any big moves. So let's look at this current BTC chart. I've been tracking it in this nice tight range on the 15 minutes. And you can see they gave us this epic breakout and it was just an absolute mess, up and down. Late longers got absolutely smashed here. Hopefully some guys grabbed a few shorts there for that fake out. And now we are back tucked into this range and we're here looking at these same levels again. So just for interest today, what I'm watching, my first area is today's support, 34,300. That's where I've got my eyes. Then I've got this 618 from the previous pool, which is call it 34,000 on the button, and then we have this lower liquidation zone at around 33,400 that we're watching. And then upside, this is the KuCoin wick at 35,260. If we zoom out though, we can see it ties in quite nicely with the 618 on this big 3-day chart that I'm still watching. So nothing's really changed here. We're just chilling in this flag. The rest of the stuff is all just noise anyway, except for us altcoin traders. You know, BTC sneezes a little bit and we get so excited with these altcoins. It goes up, we get so excited. But anyone who only trades BTC and the spot traders, they must be bored as hell right now because it's really just a little bit of up, down, small moves. So yeah, not much excitement for the BTC traders. Let's take a look at the 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗬𝗕. We saw a lot of pressure on the 𝗕𝗬𝗕 today. They were pushing, but again, we are still holding this area. It's rejecting once again at this high. So no panic yet. We don't want to lose this area, but you can see every time we start pushing into this resistance, they do give us some kind of rejection. So we're going to keep our eyes on that. We ideally just want the 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗬𝗕 to start drifting lower. But again, I have marked this 107.99 as another area of interest if things do push. But for now, we haven't printed new highs yet. So 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗬𝗕 all is well. Let's take a look at dominance. Dominance is rejecting, which is what we want to see. We like it when the dominance drops. Yesterday, we had this beautiful move down. Dominance was dipping lower and we were getting excited, and then they sent us back up and ruined the party, and they brought these alts down where hopefully some of you got some good entries. I mean, we did hit a few key areas. We had a nice bounce, so the scalpers would have had a lot of fun yesterday. And now we've returned a lot of these altcoins back into these zones. So let's actually look at the first one that I'm looking at. This one's been vicious. It's been up and down all over the place. This is Phantom 12-hour, and you can see how beautiful and how nicely these ranges play out. And this is why I set them up all the time on the Banter Discord. Range highs, range lows, and they always just come to the party, these areas that we need to play. And Phantom is now getting stuck into this 0.23 region again. It's a 618, it's a horizontal area. So to me, if things are relatively dovish today and there's no surprises on this FOMC, I'm looking for some kind of Phantom bounce now in this region. So I'd like to send Phantom higher from here, and it's a very simple stop for me. I'm looking for stops under this candle here, so anything below 0.229 for me is an exit, and then we can let it drift lower and see what happens here, guys. This is quite a big area as well, this old 382. So I'm watching this one closely as the next area. But for now, if all is well, BTC hangs out okay and dominance behaves itself, I'm looking for a move on FTM at this region, and you can see why. Strong horizontal support previously. We do have some fib help here as well, so this is a nice area for me. Look out for reaction zones as we move up. Obviously, we could be in the start of a downtrend now, so that push down that we've just had on things like Phantom, for example, just could be the start of this downtrend, and we could start rejecting, and then we start looking at things like that. So just remember, on these bounces, and I was talking about it earlier today on that Woo setup we gave on the Banter Discord, on these bounces, look for these reaction areas. When you get to these reaction areas, this is the time to maybe start looking at raising your stops or de-risking once we do get those bounces, because you never know, we could be starting a downtrend and they could be sending us lower. So right now for me, look, we can see there has been a bounce off this area for now, but for me, the big zone 0.23 is what I'm looking at, and Phantom, and then step by step, guys, 0.24, 0.25 is where we look first. When we break above that, then we start looking again at this 200-day MA and this 0.7 region. I see Leroy's here. Leroy's looking for a 4-hour entry on AVAX. I think we should look. Bruce and Dave are here, so some of the guys are going to start charting some of these for you. So I'm going to get Bruce, if he can, to pull up the AVAX in the meantime. Yes, guys, we had a good result on Theta. We gave a couple of signals on the Banter Discord. Guys, we've been trialing our Banter Discord signals, where we're giving you entries, exits, stops, and we absolutely smashed it on Theta and Atom. And we actually gave a trade today. We gave the Woo setup, which I'll show you guys. That is now stops are at break even on that one. So if you're not on the Banter Discord, guys, make sure you get onto it so that you can take advantage of these setups that we are pushing out. Okay, the next exciting one that I want to show you is NEAR. I mean, oh, wow. Okay, this thing is ripping now. I mean, this candle doesn't even have a tip to it at the moment. Okay, so we're charging hard. This is NEAR on the daily. It's just ripped through a 618 and a 200-day. This for me is exciting because this for me becomes really nice support. So when we do get our pullback, this becomes our nice base support. So is NEAR going to pull what Sol has been pulling for us and just absolutely rip? So let's keep our eyes on the 786. And then we're going to watch this 1.61 region as the next zone. But, I'm very excited about this. This 200-day MA, horizontal, and 618 could be a lovely support on any NEAR pullbacks. And I want to give you a zoomed-in version here. Again, we're playing the scalping game all day long. It's the only way when these things are so bullish like this, the only way to deal with them is we got to look for our key areas. We've got to look for trend breaks. We've got to look for levels. We've got to look for retests on these lower time frames, and then we can try and grab these alts. So if you look at this situation right here, even on the 15 minutes, this previous fib pool, I had the 200-day MA and this 236 as my support region. But right now, no, this thing is absolutely ripping. Right, so exercise a little bit of caution here, guys. Your main base support now on this 15 minutes is 1.38. So that is the first region you're going to watch. If things fall over here, that's your first sort of region you want to keep your eyes on for the next move. But yeah, loving the look of this at the moment. And bigger time frame, guys, look out for the 786 rejection. We've just seen a 786 rejection on Sol. It might be pushing through now. Well, we're going to take another look, but similar vibe to it. 786 coming into play. Timeout says he just got stopped on his Sol short. Guys, there is a poll that I'm running right now. Make sure you're answering it. I want to know who is brave enough here to short Sol. So just get stuck into that poll there. Let me know. I want to see these answers. Yep, Sol ripping again. Yeah, it doesn't stop. Okay, Injector's been good today as well. Kenneth is talking about entries for Link. Okay, let's move on to the next one that I wanted to share with you today. Optimism. Again, it's been a very quiet one. I think there might have been a token unlock and all sorts of things, but it's been very rangy for a long time. And maybe it's time for an Optimism move. Who knows? But what I can give you is a solid support region. 382, I can give you horizontals. You can see it's playing nicely in this zone. This is a nice base for me. So dovish talk tonight, no real surprises. BTC behaves. I'd like to see Optimism start pushing up. And again, there's multiple ways to play this. Aggressive entry is down here. Any pullbacks into the zone, we're looking for push-ups. We're going to deal with this trend when we get there. If we do get the trend break, guys, I've got an alarm for you. Banter Discord, it's going to go off. Let it come back, retest. Then there's a possible entry over there. So the aggressive entry could be here, and the slightly less risky entry could be on the break and retest of this little trend and then send it higher. And then we do have this 200-day MA coming through here at this range high. So that's what you're going to watch. But if we get through that, guys, then it's pretty much, I wouldn't say clear skies, but it could be a nice mover to anywhere around the 1.6 zone. So optimism is one I'm watching. And then what do we have lower down? I've got the 50-day MA saying, how's it? Down here, around about 1.31. And then the 618 horizontal at 1.27. So these are little supports lower down. Mark says shorting pumps is like catching knives, but in the opposite direction. It's absolutely like that. I mean, it's like it's jumping in front of a moving train. It's always a little bit tricky. Look, we got lots of guys. Injective, Sol. Okay, we got to look at this. XRP, Desmond wants to know where XRP is. There's a lot happening here, guys. Okay, the XRP, Desmond wants to know where's XRP going. Well, right now XRP is banging into resistance. Okay, and we're going to do the same game that we are doing with the near setup, the Sol setup, the scalping setups. We're looking for flags to form, lower time frame. You can see on this chart here, we're banging into resistance. Okay, so you need to play this carefully. If we do push up and start breaking trends, then we're going to see a bigger move on XRP, and I'm eyeing out 0.66. So that's my target for XRP. But baby steps, guys. We've got this flag here. We've had a nice move already on XRP. Let's dial in just now and see if we can pick up an entry for you. Let me show you the Sol situation. This thing. Okay, so bigger picture Sol, guys. Here we are. It's finally cracking through the 786 that I was talking about on near shortly or just a while ago. So let's keep our eyes on this now. This is going to become a support area of interest for us. We were saying the other day, if this thing squeezes, we could be looking at a situation where Sol rides its way up to 48. Believe it or not, and here it goes right now. So this is a potential support area now, this 39 region, based on this chart that I'm looking at. Let's dial in a little bit here, and you can see what's going on here. We've been scalping this thing, trend breaks all day long. It just keeps going. It won't stop. Again, let's not jump in front of a moving train. We could get a massive squeeze here. We know that the short on Sol now is one of the most crowded trades in the room. And when things get too crowded and everybody wants to do the same thing, I think we know by now, or if you've been in crypto long enough, that the opposite tends to happen. So right now we have broken again the scalpers out there. What do you want to do? Well, now you need to look, and you need to look for support zones and areas where you might get a reaction if you want a piece of this. The smart play in a situation like this is potentially just to sit back and let things settle down. I mean, you can see how this Sol has been moving, but what you can do is look for trends. Let's take a look here. Look for a trend. Look for some horizontals which serve us well. They play out nicely, and see what happens on these pullbacks. And it's as simple as this. You know, you get the pullback. Let's see what happens. We lose the trend. Well, then we know we're going down, and we start looking for our next areas. Otherwise, you can play these trend moves and keep this move going, guys. But again, dangerous stuff. So small positions here, manage your stop, manage your risk, and just play it safe. Peace No War says the Sol dark horse has arrived. BLZ, I'm sure Bruce has got some BLZ for you guys. Sheldon suggests LTC. Well, we can look at LTC. Yeah, that was on a nice support as well. DOT is one of my favorites. I think I'm trying to get stuck into a DOT position here, and I'm going to tell you guys why. Let's call up some of the guys. Is Simon here as well today? No, I see it's Bruce.
Hola.
Morning.
Good morning,
Bruce.
Good
Bruce.
morning.
Happy FOMC day.
Yeah.
What's happening, guys?
What's happening?
It was a good day yesterday, and it's going to be a good day today, I think.
I like that. What do you think about the Sol pump? Are we going to 48?
I think so.
Oh yeah.
It's because you have bags of Sol, though. So
Bags of Sol. Absolutely. Sol's my baby. My mother's milk.
Okay, look, I like what I'm seeing yet. I just want to see some support holds around 39. And again, guys, we can take time. You can sit back on this 12-hour. You can see even over here, there was some consolidation at some point. So maybe we do get something up here, little flaggy thing, and maybe some of that. So yeah, let's just let's keep watching this. And says FOMC is a nothing burger. You know what? Unfortunately, lately it hasn't been very exciting. The speech. Then there's volatility. I don't think there's any surprises coming today. But you never know. You never know. Yes, there is FOMC today. Okay, so let's take a look at this S&P, because the S&P looks like it's responding nicely. or in the lead up. So the S&P is perhaps expecting something. And my little S&P long that I hung on to is now starting to shine for me. So we're getting some moves here. Finally, I hung on to that one. That was a desperate move. But yeah, it's kept going. So we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 of these S&Ps. And looking for higher targets now. Right now, a little resistance area here, S&P. But right now, the market seems to be saying, well, maybe we're going to have some fun a bit later. Bruce, tell me about Tomo and Cass that both hit yesterday.
Yeah, well, Tomo was fun. And if you remember correctly, yesterday, we talked about that we were shorting Tomo up there and that we wanted to get ready for a bounce right here. And sure enough, both happened. So 2 trades for the price of 1.
So guys, let us know in the chat. Nice. Let us know in the chat who took these Tomo trades, short and long. I mean, there was a stage where Bruce only traded Tomo. I mean, it must have been boring, but you made a lot of money on that.
It was short, long. It was lonely, but it was lovely. But I mean, look at that. I mean, look how fast it happened. I mean, this move was expected. Entered long exactly at the 382, just the science move right there, #science. But I did not expect that. I had set a take profit right there automatically. I would have missed it if I hadn't set an automatic take profit because I was pretty certain it was going to reject there. And now it's coming back down and it's doing it again. So the question is, it already tagged the 382. I want to watch the next couple candles on the shorter time frame to see whether it's, see, that's what I was hoping. Look at that. There we go. Much clearer. So right now we are coming back down to the 382 and not sure if it'll make it all the way, but if it does make it all the way, then just like yesterday, you can pick up a long right off of there. It's not there yet. It's a little too high for me. But if it comes down to that 382 level right there, you can pick a long. And if it breaks and it gets stopped out of that, then simply pick it up at the 618 down a couple percent lower, and you make more money. So that one's really exciting. Yeah. That was fun.
We got people shouting at us in the chats, guys. Firstly, Ratta says he took both your trades, Bruce. So well done, Ratta.
That is my man.
You must listen to Uncle Bruce. You must listen to Uncle Bruce. He knows his stuff. Well done, guys. That was awesome. Let's just pull up this near situation quickly. Look at this.
It's incredible.
Yeah, like the look of this. Not gonna lie, it's this is quite fun. Next level, guys. This is what we need to watch for. Okay, here's your horizontal. Pull out your horizontal. This is your target. Call it 1.6 is the next area for near. Still loving the support at 1.36. Don't think it's not going to come back. Obviously, it might not. But if we do get this pullback to the 200-day and the 618, that is a solid area that I'm watching right now. So eyes on that. And then upside 1.6, guys. So just play it safe out there. Metal ORD says, Uncle Bruce is the GOAT.
Oh, good grief, Charlie Brown.
It's a good thing, Bruce. It's a good thing. If someone calls you a GOAT, it's a good thing. Okay. And Rodolfo is reminding everybody, guys, you must follow Rodolfo on Twitter. He's very knowledgeable. He's a fundamentals legend. Check him out there. He says near conference is coming. This explains a lot of things. Okay. Injective apparently just hit 15. Guys, we got a lot to look at. Bruce, show us this CAS because I'm also long CAS now. I don't know. It's a little bit of a risky play because we are in resistance now. But I'm quite. I'm looking for a top here.
CAS is right at the top of the range. This has just been ranging, right? So somewhere below 0.5276. It's like in that area right over there. But look at this. I mean, these are the 4-hour candles. Hello. I get nervous when it does that because there's got to be some bad news in there. But I would say that as long as it's holding the trend line that you've got over there, it looks good.
Look, I think relative to other coins, CAS has actually been very quiet compared to what it was doing a few months ago. And it's been hovering around this all-time high region for quite some time. Maybe this is the time. Maybe we get our break, guys. Just watch this level, watch this upper band, see what happens up there.
And if it's not, give me a break. Range trading, just like how evenly this is, that's just an ATM, right? Right? Go short, go long, go short, go long, go short. And as long as it keeps doing that, you're just plucking money from an ATM machine. At one point, it'll break out or break down, but most likely break out in this market. And then you just look for the next level.
Okay, so a little bit of resistance here. Guys, let's get into some more charts. David's also got a couple for us. Here's 𝗏. This is why I'm liking 𝗏 right now. We've seen near pumping. We've seen sol pumping. Maybe FTM's going to get a go. Maybe 𝗏's going to get a go. Sheldon and I quite like an idea of building an FTM position, by the way. Could be a nice one. At some point, it's going to move. I could Dave grunting there. I think he likes that idea as well.
Love FTM.
So, yeah, I think FTM will have its chance. This is why I'm liking 𝗏 at the moment. Okay, big horizontal. Look at this resistance. We had the resistance. We broke up, and now it's support. Okay, so this 𝗏 is still potentially a play for us here. Target is the trend and the 200-day and this horizontal. So nothing's really changed over the last 2 or 3 days. I just want to remind you guys that 𝗏 has held quite nicely considering what happened yesterday, the dumps and all those types of things, and definitely on my watch list now. So 𝗏 is all systems go from here with regards to support. If we do get pullbacks, look at this 382. This chart is in the Banter Discord, guys. So jump in there if you need to. And lower down, we've got a 3.9 at the 50-day MA and the 618. Alex, is Alex being a bit salty? Alex, we create the ranges early. We try and identify those ranges early, and then we pull those bands. A lot of these things we pull in the minute we can see some kind of defined range. We start building it, and we identify those areas. So go check out the Banter Discord, see what we're doing in there. You'll see all the charts that we talk about. You'll see how these charts, you can go up into the history, you can see how they react in all these areas that we put in there. JMO says uni hasn't broken out yet. Yeah, I've lost hope in uni, I must say. Not doing its best. It's been very quiet. Another range play I've got for you guys potentially, Lena. I know there's been a little bit of drama around Lena. I think they were delisted, then there was a hack. There was a lot of stuff going on. Dave, I don't know if you know much about what's happened with Lena, but here we are again, massive range play.
I was looking at that last night. It looks like it could be a nice long opportunity.
So yeah, the way I'm seeing Lena, guys, this is a range low, range high. Okay, we play the range until proven otherwise. If we do get a wick down, I've got a 618 lower down here at 0.00946 as a potential wick low. But right now I'm looking at Lena, potential range move. You'll have issues up here at 102. You can see this is a resistance band. Look out for that. But once we get up there and we start moving again, I'm looking for that move on Lena.
Yep. So that, by the way, is also a perfectly drawn Wyckoff spring and retest pattern.
Yeah, sure. So that's what I'm looking at on Lena, guys. I quite fancy that. Somebody was asking in the chats about how to place a stop under a candle. Leroy said, any tips on placing stop losses with those massive wicks? Well, Leroy, it's very difficult. If you've got a massive 4-hour wick, it's a big percentage. If you've got a massive 1 minute wick, it's not so bad. So decide what time frame you're working on. For an example, this is Lena on the 12-hour. Let's see how big this stop would be for if you had to enter this. It's 2.1%, okay, to the low of that candle. So that's your type of risk on a 12-hour time frame. The more you dial in and you look at candles like that, or 1 minute could be a 0.2% stop, that sort of thing. But with crypto, you know, these things are volatile. They're up, down all the time. They often come and flush you out. So just be careful. I generally tend to lean on the side of a bigger stop, maybe bigger stop, smaller position, that sort of stuff. Look for bigger moves. That could help you. Otherwise, you end up getting stuck into 5-minute, 10-minute, 15-minute candles all day. So always just remember to zoom out and just get a picture as to what's going on. Somebody is saying, was it Radium that was blowing up? The Radium is DeFi on Solana, if I'm not mistaken. So that is popping.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is going. And we've got questions for Kate. Guys, I'm just going to carry on clicking through some of these charts. Here's 𝗟𝘂𝗃 again, also potential support area for me. We've had this move now. We had that sell 𝗟𝘂𝗃 618 200-day MA. Look what it's hit. It's pulled down into this region here. This is a support region 382. So again, we might have a potential range play. This could have been, if you look at a lot of these altcoins, we've had this dump now into these areas, range lows, potential bounce areas incoming. What we do see on a lot of them is the daily stocks are quite overbought still. So the daily stocks want to come down, but things like the 4-hour and the 8-hour are potentially reset. So we could get some kind of short-term push up potentially. So just look out for that. Again, we're looking for solid areas here and solid reaction zones. And then always make sure you have your plan, your next level lower down. So if the wheels come off, you need to know your next potential reaction area. And for 𝗟𝘂𝗃, as an example, it's 4.8 is the next major zone. So if this area is lost, we don't do anything, let it settle, let it come down 4.8. We look and we see what's happening there. Fahad's missed a couple of pumps. Fahad, yeah, no, it happens. You know, we sometimes stare at 30 charts all day and miss the pump. I mean, it's frustrating as hell. I'm quite stoked today. I did get the near pump, but I've missed so many. I missed that XRP pump yesterday. Oh God, this near thing. It's nice to be in a pump. I missed the sushi pump as well, guys. I mean, there was a sushi call. I think it was on Sheldon's show. Missed that one as well. So good to see that. Let's look at Woo. So guys, this was a Woo setup we gave on the Banter Discord. We are trialing the signal section in the Banter Discord. We gave you a nice little explanation as to the thinking behind it. And it was just a typical, for me, it was a typical 8-hour setup. We had a pullback onto a 200-day MA, a 382 fib, and nice horizontal areas. Looking like a lot of the alts. Woo was the one I chose to put in that signal group. And look, it's played out perfectly so far. We got to a zone over here with our reaction area, which is where we say we trigger the reaction zone, is where we raise our stops to entry. So Woo pumped off the entry point, it's pushed into the reaction zone. So the stops now, if you got that signal earlier today, this was probably 4 or 5 hours ago, you should now have your stop at entry. You should have a zero risk position right now. For those of you that are seeing this now, well, the trade is still in play. Theoretically, so this is still a support area I'm watching, but again, we have had one touch into that reaction zone already. But again, look for that, look for this move up. This could still play out, and then we've identified a stop zone for, you know, leverage guys and a potential stop area for spot traders. So let us know in the chats if you like this type of format, especially on the Banter Discord. Go check it out. We're trying to explain our thinking behind it. Take a look at that. Let us know. We want your opinion. So let us know in the chats if there's any thoughts on what we can do to change it, or if you like, you know, you like the specific layout. We want it to work for you guys. Okay, I'm just speeding through these chats. Dave, do you want to pull up? Do you want to pull up a couple of your setups here? Do you have anything brewing right now? Is Dave here?
I think so. Dave?
Oops, sorry, I'm talking the whole time by myself.
That's
No, I'm ready. Yeah, of course.
Okay, pull up some altcoins there for us if you got. And then guys, also Dave is busy mixing me a new background track, which we're going to launch tomorrow. Is it ready?
Gotta polish it up a little bit, but yes, that's the plan.
Okay.
So.
Background music coming in hot. Bella says she got the Woo call. That's cool. Okay, what do you got here for us, Dave?
Cool. Is my chart up there?
Yeah, got it.
Cool. So, yeah, guys, just a recap. CFX did pretty well yesterday. I closed most of it on this high wick. You can see that it's done a huge retracement, but we're still holding this trend line. And with this whole FOMC situation, I would express caution. With that being said, we may see like a wick down here into these order blocks, but I have re-entered CFX here, and I still think it's going to go. I'm leaning more towards the upside, and nothing has changed on my bias of the 35.9 level being hit, and I posted that update on the Discord. But with that being said, there's a lot of nice setups. I took a long on DYDX here. I also saw your update on the Discord about DYDX. So if you guys aren't familiar with what's going on here, we did a 𝗬𝗓𝗕, we're at the 382 and it's holding pretty well here. You can see that moments ago it tried to fall below the 382, but it's holding itself pretty strong there. So 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗓 could be forming this new range play on this level here, where we could be doing something like this. And these are 10% swings. So you can see that we have an order block up here at 2.52. So that is where I'm looking to take profits. Nice little 10% swing, close it, potentially switch short. We'll see. Another one that I looked at last night was WLD, and I was very tempted to take the short at $2, and I didn't. But what's amazing is that it is holding this nice channel here, and it loves the 618.
Yep.
And you can see that drawing a fib from the bottom of this channel to the top of the channel where it rejected, we are now sitting at the 618 and this trend line. And I feel like this is a good entry here. So, and just to kind of give you an idea, if we go back and draw a fib from like this low of the channel to this high, you can see that, again, the sniper zone area is a reaction area. So I think that looks good. I think we're just going to keep playing this channel.
Yep.
And then again, if we lose the channel, you can get out, right? And this is where you could potentially flip short and short the 618 if we lose this trend here. So pay attention to that. Another interesting one, and I can't believe I let this get away from us, but is Spell. And it's crazy to see that from the bottom
Someone
here.
was saying in the chats, in the YouTube after the show for the last 2 or 3 days, someone was saying some code saying spell about trick or treat. It's time to join the spell. And you didn't even notice.
Well, I'll definitely trick this here. So I missed it. But yeah, it's nice, you guys. You see this break a trend. And now what I've noticed is that this moving average is now support. You can see it's just holding it. It's holding it. And I was looking to see if it was going to break it not too long ago before CME opened here, or the New York session. But looks like to me we're at an entry with Spell. And we're also sitting on this nice order block. And again, if the green is thicker, that means it's probably going to fall. But what we're seeing is a thicker red. Correct me if I'm wrong, Dylan. And
thicker red is a bounce when you're dropping into it. Thicker green is a rejection when you're pushing into it, as far as that's been taught to me by Simon, the indicator expert.
Yeah. So what I'm seeing here, guys, you can see on the RSI is on the 4 hour, it's bottomed out. Right? We're on an order block. And maybe we'll retest this high here. That kind of move is a nice little 10 to 15, 14%er. So looking good there.
Yep.
Sand is still kind of holding the level here. 618, you saw that yesterday whenever that flush out happened, it reacted perfectly on the 618. We're now kind of retesting this level again. So if you guys are still in the sand long, I am. Set your stops probably right here below this wick. I would say your stop loss should be 2.51. And again, with this FOMC situation, there might be a red wick and then a quick, a swing failure pattern, and that might be where you could snag a deeper entry. So, and then the last one.
Expect volatility today, guys. So if you are entering here and it looks like it's green, it could pump higher, it could rip lower. Just be aware of that. So this is the type of time where you manage your risk. You look for smaller positions, maybe give yourself bigger stops to play with because of the volatility incoming. Remember, often by the time they start talking, it's up, down, up, down, up, down. And when they're done, it's where you were in the beginning. So you don't want to be stopped out either way during all of the drama if you can avoid it.
Exactly. And the same thing what you were saying about Lena, just as another, just to collaborate a little bit. Yeah, we're at a 618 from what I'm seeing on my chart from the beginning of the break of trend, and then an order block and kind of at the bottom of this trend line here. So I am seeing some kind of upside move to Lena. It could be a pretty crazy swing. So if you guys are going to enter Lena, I would recommend no more than 5x leverage, which if we hit this area here, that's 100% gain.
Yeah.
And you can set your stops pretty tight here, I would say. Entering now at the sniper zone, set your stops maybe at 4 or 5x leverage down here at this wick. Very dangerous coin, but it could pay pretty well. So,
yeah.
But that's what I'm seeing. I would be careful in the shorts. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of shorts in our area. Like I talked about this injective short, like the SFP of the SFP. We're kind of here right now, but I'm being cautious with FOMC here today. So,
okay. Nice, Dave. We're gonna get deeper into. Are you in injective now? Okay. Just be careful with these things. I mean, this injective was looking bullish just now. Wow.
Yep. I got a couple of interesting ones whenever you're ready, by the way.
Thanks, Bruce. I just want to update. I've been loading up some charts here, guys. I've been listening to you in the chats here. I'm getting these charts ready for you. Here we are. Let me pull up Atom. We need an update on Atom. Okay, so Atom was one of the signals we gave in the Banter Discord from down here, this 50-day MA and 382. It's ripped through our TP1 and now it's coming back pretty hard. So let's try and identify new possible areas for Atom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull a fib from this low to the high. I want to look for tie-in of horizontals and fibs. I want to see where they link to one another to give me more confluence and strength. So the strongest area I can see right now is the 50-day MA and 618 now at 6.9 for Atom. So that's my solid zone. Then we have this 382 a little higher, but we don't have massive confluence, but 382 does hold a bit of weight. So there is a region here. So it's a bit of a thicker region that I normally like. So anything from 7.5 down to about 7.4 is a support region to watch now for Atom. So let it come drift down. Let's see what happens in this area. If we go lower, I really like this down here, guys. 618, 50-day MA, 6.95. That sort of level, I really like that. And is this actually live? Yes, we are live. We are live.
Hold on, let me pinch myself. I know. Yep, that hurts.
Pre-recorded, guys.
We are live. Yeah, we are at your service. FOMC is in a few hours' time. I think it's probably in 3.5 hours' time, if I'm not mistaken.
It's usually 11, 8. 3 hours.
Yeah, so, okay, cool. And Render has almost handed back its gains. Yeah, this is what these alts do, guys. Up, down, up, down. You've got to take profits. You've got to bank your profits. Look for big areas. Let's not be too greedy with what we're doing. Level by level. That's the best way. Okay, let's look at Doge. Falling over a little bit for us, but again, we're not panic zone yet. Doge is still fine. It's not ideal. If you long Doge and you long on leverage, you're feeling the heat. Not the best feeling. We've been there, but this is now your next area, so you need to stay calm. You just watch where we are. We can see horizontal 618 coming through over here. We've got the 50-day MA pushing up, so anywhere down to about 0.064, that sort of area, you should get some kind of reaction, some kind of bounce. That's what I would look for me. So that's the main one, and then you probably have a 786 and horizontal just below that. So guys, remember, I just like to look for reaction zones. If the wheels are coming off, things are falling over, I sit back, I zoom out, I look at the bigger picture, and I try and see what I'm actually dealing with. Where's my next big area? And that's how we go about things. So Doge is the next big area, 0.064, and then slightly lower down, 0.0616 is my next area. And then there were requests for Ethereum Classic. Also losing a minor support region. It wasn't a major support area. This is ETC on the 12-hour. You can see we had a degree here, support resistance playing out. It's now just drifting lower. It's lost the 200-day MA. That's not ideal for us. And the next big area, 16.7, is the next zone of interest. And then it's a long way down after that. Okay? Then you're looking at 15.8 for the next reaction zone. So just eyes on that now. That 200-day rejection isn't ideal. Let's see where it settles. Guys, don't forget, we're also running the BTC competition. I forgot to tell you. For those of you that aren't aware, there is a BTC competition right now. All you need is one of the links in the description or a Banter link if you're already trading on a Banter link and you need to guess the price of Bitcoin. So click on a BTC in Banter Bubbles with any of the links in the description, OKX, CoinW, BitGet, and ByBit. So if you have one of those links, you can click in here, you hit the ready button, and you're gonna guess the BTC price at the end of the year. If you take 10 trades on one of these exchanges using one of these links, you can win an extra half a BTC before the 1st of January, guys. So get cracking on that. We can see there's a lot of bulls here. I mean, RD King 501 said 51,295. I mean, that's a bull if I've ever seen one. We've got another one, Rico 190, 63,000 is his call for the end of the year. Aaron, who voted 9 minutes ago, says 37,400. I like that. Nice little balanced approach. Hey, that sounds like a breakup and a bit of support for us there, Aaron. I like that. Okay, guys. Well, yeah, keep them going in there. I see 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗂𝗃𝗃 predicted 31,000 2 hours ago, but I don't see too much in the 20s. So the guys are definitely bullish out there. There's a lot of bulls floating around. Tomorrow, Roni said 17.5. That's a bear, bro. that's not a bear.
Bear vibes.
Rex in Korea, you can keep guessing the price. You just need an exchange link, and you need to be trading on the exchange link. So grab a link in the description here on one of these exchanges. I think CoinW, there's no KYC for CoinW, so that's quite handy if you're in the States, I believe. BitGet, I trade a lot on BitGet. ByBit as well is decent. Yeah, so any of those links, get trading on there, guess the price, and yeah, good luck. Andrea says Theta is the most bullish token. Let's do a quick update on Theta as well. This was another signal we gave in the Banter Discord. How was this thing?
Oh, Mama Snapper must be happy.
It was 31% pump. So we missed our final TP up here, the 0.86. We missed it by what, 2 cents or something. So anyway, good result. It blew through. This is an area of interest. 200-day MA rejection, guys. We've just seen that on Ethereum Classic as well. So watch out for that one. Look out here. So rejecting at 0.747. And our next support, really, realistically, is 0.69. That's our next realistic area of support. So look out for this. If we start drifting lower, that's what I'm expecting on Theta. So that's the type of situation. And then we might have to ignore this wick here if we do drift lower, and then we're going to look for a trend and see how we're going to get out of that trend and for the next move.
Nice.
Okay, Bruce.
Yes, sir.
Fire it up.
All right. So wait for my chart to come up.
I'm putting your screen up.
There we go. So a token that I range trade back down around here, so that was back in early October, came alive and is been basically following a nice trend right over there. It took a bounce, came back, and is retesting the 382 as we speak. So if the market stays, it's called auction, by the way. If this thing holds that level and the overall market doesn't dump pre-FOMC, this is where it's in a perfect spot to take a long, right there, exactly at the 382. If that doesn't hold, then the next level right down there was probably where it would come and retest the trend line / $6.75 or so. But for right now, this looks really, really good if it continues the trend. The other one that Lero asked for was AVAX, which is also a beautiful one. And here's the funny thing. I saw this coming up, basically broke after kind of being stuck in this range down here for a while. It tried 3 times to break out of this range. It tried here, it failed. It tried here, it failed. It tried here and almost made it. It was kind of like the choo-choo train that could. And this time it succeeded in breaking through that resistance level. And now it's coming back and retesting it. Here's the crazy thing. I usually don't do this. I usually look for the 382, but in a very bullish move, you can look for the 236. And sure enough, it is bouncing right off support, 236, for potential 10% long up to the next range, next resistance area, which should be $12 even. So that's an interesting one to me. That's AVAX.
Nice. Thanks for looking at AVAX. Yeah, another one that could go. I mean, we've often seen AVAX follow, NEO follow, Solana, those type of moves.
There ones.
I'm looking at Rune here on the 15 minutes. It might be retesting trend here or might be losing trend. We had a critical area for Rune. Let me pull this up quickly. It's just losing this trend here. I'm wondering now if this is the moment that Rune finally falls over. Let's zoom out here on Rune. Look what it's done. Okay, if you have any idea what's been happening here, it just pinged this just below this 3.9 region. Was that the final move for Rune? Because I'm looking at this daily candle, and that looks like quite a big sell there from that push higher. So this is something to take note of. High risk play. We trend just under, on horizontal, 618 on the 15 minutes, guys. Potential player for Rune. Next area, if this gets lost, you're looking at 2.87. So I think what we potentially could see here is a nice bearish situation play out, and we get that rejection there. So if we lose this trend and we push back up, we're looking at this as the rejection area, and that could be the end of the Rune move potentially. So eyes on this one. This is the weekly. Just again, look what it's done. Don't be surprised if there is a pullback. Okay, we are banging into a major weekly area. But the bulls out there, this is your moment to shine. The bears, you need to wait a little bit. The bears, you want to let it drop. You want to let it pump back up to get your entry. The bulls, this is your level now. 618 trend horizontal. If you think this Rune move is going to continue, this is your time to shine. Let's turn this around. You can see this. We do this occasionally. We learned from one of the mods at Sniper School. One of the mods taught us about inverting charts and having fun like this. When you're looking at a potential short situation, you play it the same way that you'd look at a long. This is now the inverse of a short, and you can see what would happen here. We generally like a break of trend, rejection, retest for our entry. And the same applies to shorts. And you just sometimes need to invert it just to get a picture as to what you want. So the bearish situation, if you want to be short Rune, you need to now wait for this dip. You want to get the pushback for your entry. And the bulls, you are now at your entry here. This is horizontal trend and 618, but bear in mind it's a 15-minute candle. It means a lot. There's a big difference between a 15-minute support zone and a daily support zone. So just remember that. Bruce, do you have some more charts here for us?
I have a couple. It's interesting. Hold on a sec. TRB, which we talked about yesterday, is another interesting one. It is, let me zoom in just a bit so you can see. So we did that move really well. We talked about it coming back down to the 618, and it seems to be ranging right now between the 618 and the 382, right over there. I would be patient with this one, right? It looks like it's getting weak. If you look right now, pre-FOMC, the whole market is kind of turning slightly reddish. Bitcoin's down 1.1%, and everything except Solana, which is no surprise, and CAS are red. So it looks like pre-FOMC, it's going to take a break. So with TRB, which I know a lot of you follow, I would just be patient. Let this thing come on down, drift down. It might take another day or so to at least the 618, probably the trend line there. And then we'll pick it up from there. I don't know if we talked about 𝗏𝗏. This was a big one yesterday. We talked about whether it was gonna come to the 382 and bounce from there, or make it all the way to the trend line. So I was showing on the Lux Algo that this thing was more likely to come to this area, but it has been holding this pretty clearly. Except all the candles are very, very weak. Just a lot of indecision. You can see just by the wicks both up and down that it's just a lot of indecision right there. So again, on this one, I would wait until it showed some clarity. You could take, if it seems to really have solid support here, you could take a long. But if the market continues like it's doing right now, pre-FOMC, you might just wait to see whether it loses it, comes down here, because you can always pick it up later and go back up. And those are the two that I've got my main eye on right now.
Nice. Simon has arrived. For those of you, can we have a round of applause? Simon has just snuck in.
Welcome, sir.
Simon.
Scalpers. Look, where are my scalpers at here on Sol? I mean, Look at this thing. It's gone again, guys. Look at this. What did we do on the 15 minutes? What did we get? We got our push up. So we had our resistance zone. We play this game. You had the break. What happened? Retest, perfection, and off it goes again. So guys, this is what we're talking about. These 15-minute things. You got to get your levels. You watch your trends. You watch for these retests. And Maruk says she's sculpting like a boss.
Yep.
Are you a surgeon or are you scalping too? Because we scalping hard, yeah.
Actually, that's true.
Scalping people as well as the market.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Simon, what are you looking at?
Do you hear me okay? Because I'm getting a lot of interference. Is it coming through all right? Yep. Shall I present?
We can hear you. Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you fine.
All right, cool. Shall I present my screen?
Yeah, please.
One sec. StreamYard, here we go. Okay, so I'm looking at QNT. This is a bit of a fan favorite. We get a lot of requests for this during the week as well. I'm not quite sure why the ticker is showing rune. That's really weird. Anyway, but this is QNT on the 4 hour. So the coin has, it's come from, let me show you where it's come from real quick. So we originally got into this at about $50, and then obviously we were shouting about this till the cows came home, right up here at 280. So we've had a lot of retracement since then. I've DCA'd to kind of get my average buy down. This is one of my long-term holds. But what I've basically spotted today is that on the 4 hour chart, hold on, no, the 1 hour was it? No, it was the 4 hour, sorry. Just reset that. Okay, so we've got we've had a nice bullish move. There was a strong signal, which gave us two lovely take profits, which obviously I didn't do because I've been in this for a long time. So I'm actually still in this. Then we got a short print. So I drew a fib, and our 382 is literally where we're bouncing right now. So I'm essentially watching this token for a reaction here. I noticed that the RSI is very low. I'm actually working on a few other indicators at the minute just for confluence, and they're all showing similar things. So I'm expecting, hopefully we get a reaction, but it's going to be all eyes on Bitcoin, like always. But to me, this is really interesting. This is a long-term hold for me, and with any luck, this will be a bullish point to be buying in at. So I haven't bought any more today, but I'm watching for this. And if we don't get this, if we lose this zone and we start to come down hard, then I might consider offloading some of my stuff around the 618 if we lose that. But there's no reason why we should do. This token fundamentally is an excellent token. There's no sort of VCs in this. There's not a huge selling pressure from people that have been in early. This is just natural growth in the market, and I expect this to do very well in the bull market. So this is what I'm watching long term, but of interest to me today is this 382 point, and we've also had a take profit here from this previous short, which is great. So I'm hopeful that there isn't going to be a second take profit here. I'd like to think that that's going to be it. I've gone back over some of our previous long shorts, and I noticed this short gave us a single X, this one gave us no X, this one gave us no X, and this one also gave us a single X. So essentially, if the trend is to be believed, we are trending down at this point, but we've had our single X. So maybe we'll mess around here in the 382 a little bit before we get lift off again. So that's what I'm watching today.
Thank you. Guys, Lux Algo in the description. If you like it, grab a link there. There's a discount on offer. And if you don't like it after using it for a month, they actually give you your money back. So it's a low risk game plan. You can see how we use it.
By the way, Dylan, we have the results of our poll if you would like.
Yes, please.
So is Sol a short here? Yes. Who's mad enough to buy it here? 40%. Don't short this here. Blow it to 48, 51%. And I only trade memes is 8%. So
is this your poll? Who made
it's my poll? I need to know.
Lux Algo is getting ready to short it. I don't know if I'm still on. But
Algo can't deal with a pump though. That's a fact. I mean,
it's dealing with this one, all right? Yeah.
We've been breaking Lux Algo with these pumps.
For now, it's still working.
Yeah. When the market was quieter, I think It doesn't know how to deal with it doesn't know how to deal with a move that doesn't stop.
Yeah. Look
at this. Look at this. Look, like 𝗟𝗂𝗧 is spitting out a lot of signals why you should go short. There's a huge bearish. There's RSI. There's to take profits from the long. We're in the reversal zone. This is a firm short according to 𝗓𝗟𝗂𝗧. Doesn't mean it won't go up to 48 though. Hey.
So I like 48 as the next level, and support is now 39. So, I just want to help Daniel Silva. He says, please approve me. He's trying to get into the Banter Discord. So Daniel, if you have one of the links that we use, you can get into the VIP on Banter Discord. If you are having a problem, just DM me, okay? DM me, and I'll get one of the tech guys to sort you out, okay? As long as you're trading one of the links, look in the description. If you don't have a link, be on one of our links in this description. If you're trading there, you get free access to the VIP.
And if, by the way, just interject there, Daniel, if it's for getting verified for school, there's a delay on those. Be patient.
Yeah.
If you put in a ticket already, Sunshine will get to it.
Definitely.
Okay. We've had requests for BSV. No, look, BSV tracks BTC sentiment, I would say, the same way that BCH does. Let me pull up this BSV. I think Magda was looking for some BSV. This is the 12-hour. Best way to play this, just track this trend. Bruce loves a nice trend like this as well. You got this, Bruce. You can see.
It's exactly like that. Just like that.
Yeah. Let it play out. You know, it's going to be tied to BTC being bullish. BTC was bullish for a few days. It's been ripping. Now it's been ranging. And then I would expect BCH, stacks, those sort of things to maybe just slow down a little bit. I think the challenge channel likes Sol. I'm not sure. I can't quite tell. Can't quite tell if they do. Dave, can you update us on 𝗂𝗏? We've got lots of requests here for 𝗂𝗏.
I was busy charting engine there. Saw somebody request that. Let me see.
I do have a Matic in the meantime for Brandon. Let's see Matic here. Okay, so Matic, again, range play for Matic. What did it do? Double top at resistance. We've seen this story before. Guys, remember, a lot of these charts are in the Banter Discord. Okay, so these resistance zones and these areas were set up. Matic came, pumped into resistance, double top, reversal. And now the best place for me for Matic, 0.60 is my pullback zone for Matic. So there's no position here for me now. 12 hours, I would wait. That's your first hot area, 0.6. is the Matic hot zone. Bendover's not a fan of Sol.
Bendover.
Okay.
Abhishek, we did do XRP. Just to repeat, it's pushing at resistance. You need to dial in. In fact, I'll prep that now. Okay, Dave, give us your charts there. I'll prep a 15-minute XRP.
For sure. Yeah, let me go ahead and show this here. Can you guys see that?
I've added you.
Cool. So guys, we have our entry still down here. I'm still holding it. And if you have not entered a 𝗂𝗏 long, this 382 could be a potential entry here. You can see how it wicked right here. Again, be cautious with the FOMC. If the FOMC sends a red wick down, that might be a great entry there.
Yeah.
However, if we do come all the way back down, you can see this moving average is probably going to maintain itself here, and we have an order block that's appearing on the 4-hour time frame. So basically where our entry is from last week, it's still here. So there's just a lot of support here. So you could essentially scalp it too. You can scalp it down and ride it back up. But as it stands, if you guys entered from last week, I would just continue to hold. Somebody had requested engine. This is kind of what I'm seeing on engine here. So we had the break a trend where the trend line formed on the 4th of July. You can see 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touch, 4 touch. Finally broke it on the 5th. And drawing it from the bottom to the top, we have a 618 sniper zone here, which I would like to see a kind of a move down here. You can see there's an order block kind of the same situation as Kava. This moving average is going to line in with this order block, and I would say that this area is going to be a nice entry somewhere around here. So if you really want to snag a sniper entry, I would say for the moving average, and I'll even set an alert here myself at 0.2315. That looks good. So
okay, so yeah, a little bit of downside there still.
I would like to see that, but yeah, I mean, you could already see that it tapped the 618 and rose back. So it might not even go this deep, but I would say between here and the sniper zone, maybe one position here and then the ladder in at the second position here.
Okay. Guys, I'm going to do XRP, and then we're going to summarize what we think is how things are going to play out, and what you need to do, or how you need to approach things later on today. So just stick around. We're going to summarize it now. Okay, big picture XRP. So like we were saying, I was going to zoom in for you on the 15 minutes. Just remember, always zoom out first. Look at the bigger picture as to what is actually happening. XRP, major resistance zone. Okay, so you need to know we are banging into major resistance area. Once you have that information, then you can zoom in and smaller picture and try and get a feel for what is going on. And I've done this as an example for you, just to see, you need to understand how some of these coins react. Some of them react really nicely to 618 fibs. So here's XRP, pullback 618. Here's XRP, pullback 618. Here's where it is again, pullback 618. So if you look at these moves and these areas, pull out the 618 on XRP, we know that it respects the 618. So here we're getting a nice little reaction for now on XRP, and you've got to play this game. It takes a little bit of practice, but it's the same principle. You see these charts that we do on the Banter Discord, they are normally higher time frame. It's the exact same principle when you're dialing in, and you can find supports, you can find resistance zones, and areas that you can play in all day long. Depends where you want to zoom in. So here we go, clearly defined range. Okay, range high, range low, range low, range high, range high. Look out for the lows, look out for the highs, and until we start breaking out of that range, this is your play for XRP. So if we do get this, that could be exciting later on, but when it does get up here, just be prepared. We could be coming back down again. So just play these areas, and just play it safe. And then with regards to the FOMC, just a reminder again, this stuff is volatile. When the result or when the news comes out, no one is expecting a surprise, but it doesn't mean there won't be a surprise. So be prepared for everything. If you have to be in a position during FOMC, make it small, be conservative with it. Understand that there's going to be volatility, so they're going to come and flush you lower down, they're going to flush you higher up, and the actual trade is only available really after they finish talking. Right. So a lot of that, it's up, down, and we do the full circle often, and we end up where we were sort of 2 hours before. So just be aware of that.
Exactly.
So any positions you're taking now, guys, again, it could change in a matter of minutes. You could get a massive pump, you could get a dump. Just be aware of that. So manage your risk, be conservative. Now's not the time for massive size. Now's not the time for stupid leverage. Just play it cool now, and let's get past this FOMC, and then there's more setups tomorrow, and we again tomorrow.
Spot on.
Sounds good. My favorite way to play the FOMC is popcorn and watching people get flushed out.
Wrecked.
Reaction.
And they never learn. They never learn.
Yeah. So just just be careful, be safe out there. I'm just trying to find my alt screen, guys. We back tomorrow. We'll catch you on the Discord as well. See you guys later.
Okay.